Hey, I'm Victor Margiotta, and this is the Community Show. Thanks for watching. I have to thank Jill Weinkoop Davis for letting us use the library and giving us this beautiful space to do a show. And of course, I got to thank Jim Brooks for directing, doing a great job, and Joe Pisano for also doing a fabulous job. I mean, without these guys, the show wouldn't be airing. So thank you guys so much. My guest tonight is Phil Salerno, who I've known for, well, practically my whole life. I guess we met in like when we were about 8 years old at baseball clinic. Oh my gosh, yeah, it was unbelievable. I still will never forget Greg Blakely. Oh my God, that was like an image that you could never forget, you know. He was
the Blake monster.
Oh my God, he was something else. And great guy. And you know,
pitcher.
What an awesome area to grow up in. This community is beautiful. I love it. I love the people. I love being involved in the community. And Phil, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you, Victor.
All right, so I guess we're going to start off with a little song.
Yeah, I'll just start out and then we'll meander.
Okay, sounds good.
Wish you would step back from the ledge, my friend. Cut ties from all the lies you've been living in. And if you do not want to see me again, I would understand. I would understand. The angry boy, bitter and sane, I sing over the secret pain. You know you don't belong. You're the first to fight your way too loud. You're the flash of light on a burial shroud. You know something's wrong. Everyone I know has got a reason to say, put the past away. Wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. You could cut ties from all the lies you've been living in. And if you do not want to see me again, I would understand. I would understand. Well, he's on the table and he's gone to code, and I do not think that anyone knows what they're doing here. Your friends have left you, you've been dismissed. I never thought it would come to this, and I want you all to know. Well, everyone's got to face down the demons. Maybe today put the past away. Wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. You could cut ties from all the lies you've been living in. And if you do not want to see me again, I would understand. I would understand.
Awesome. That was excellent. Thank
Ninth
you.
grade.
Yeah, you started. How did you talk your mother into getting a guitar?
Well, you got to be in a band, and everyone needs a bass player. So I asked Mom for the bass, and we went and picked it out. And that Christmas, there it was sitting under that Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And then I go, Ma, where's the amp? And she goes, what amp?
Yeah, what's an amp?
Because that's acoustic, so
Yeah.
you don't need it. And Mom
No.
don't know nothing. So,
Right.
so you know,
Oh
next
my
week
gosh.
we went out for the amp.
Yeah. And what store was that? It's a famous store.
Ossining Music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
It's not there anymore, though,
No,
right?
it's not there anymore. They sold it. But Bob used to be there, and Bob knew everybody. And Lou, the guitar god, that's what he was. He was a god, and everyone went to him for lessons.
Oh my gosh. Is that where you went?
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Ossining Music. Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. A Fender Telecaster bass. I still got it. Yeah.
Now you played chords on a bass guitar. What's that all about?
I don't know. I just came about. I like a song, so I try and just figure it out, and then that's how I do it. It just
I think people can relate more to that than just the boom, do, that kind of situation, yeah. And then my first band was John Naylor, Brian Miller, Kyle Log, you know, sitting at the log house and jamming down there, and good times. And then sort of elevated up to Matty Vargo and George Robbins. I mean, those guys, whew, virtuosos.
Yeah.
And then
well, we got to mention Matt. He's got a business.
Matt's
repairing.
Yeah, he's
guitars.
repairing guitars. You can see him on Facebook.
Yeah.
And if you need a guitar, I'm going to actually go see him at some point.
Cool.
Put a little money together to give him. And
can't do anything without money.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. And speaking of the log house, you know, they grew up right across the street from the
Yeah.
Margiotta house.
Yeah, you probably heard us in practicing
Yeah,
that.
of
Brian.
course.
Brian was
he was
tremendous. Oh my God.
Well, I was best friends with Rob, was my age,
Oh,
Robbie
okay,
Log.
yeah.
And, you know, used to love Christmas because, you know, there was 10 kids in my house, so you got a couple of gifts, but rip them open, all right, nice. But we always ran across the street to see what Robbie got because, you know, he was a little bit spoiled. And he used to get the mini bikes and you know, the real Christmas presents.
Yeah.
So that was always a lot of fun. And
Yeah, Christmas was a lot of fun.
yeah.
That's how, I got started. Just music was so important, you know, growing up. It's just, like nowadays, it's just, I don't know, I'm kind of stuck in the times.
I think music influences everybody. I mean, it's a human thing, you know, just the beat of your heart, you know. That's where a lot of that, you know, the beats come from. It's a constant, you know, and
it evolves
every
in us.
single culture loves music. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think it's the only language it just transposes through every walk of life and country. It's just music.
No, for
That's
sure.
what's great about it. And I don't do anything. I mean, that's just sitting around my house and just trying to find a song that I like. But
so you wound up having to make money. What was some of your first jobs?
well, I did end up going to Ithaca, and but after that, I tried to be in a band with Matt and George. We went out to El Magordo, New Mexico, where they blew up the first atomic bomb. And but when I was supposed to go out there to join the band, but I got there and there's no band. So it's wake up at 5 o'clock and pedal your way down the dark street to Kmart to make some money.
Of course,
So
gotta pay
I
the
was starting
bills.
there, but growing up, like working with Timmy Blakely, you know, doing yard work, and then graduate to the Village of Buchanan. You know, that was always great summer work.
Oh yeah, yeah. I worked for Town of Cortland on the garbage truck.
Yeah, I
That
was the first one in Buchanan on the garbage truck.
Yeah, that was a great.
We used to
job.
put the paint in the corner and crush it, and it would leave a
my
trail
God.
up the street. Oops.
We had one guy, they didn't realize there was a can of paint in there, and he ran the hopper, and the thing blew up. So when he came back, he was all, it looked like there was an explosion. It was the funniest
Summers
thing.
are tough, though. I mean,
Yeah.
Maggotville.
It gets hot.
Yeah,
and the smell.
Yeah, the maggots and all that. But, you know,
That was
that's how you
some
start.
job, though. You know, Karen Pitcher posted something. Karen Pitcher Restifo.
Yeah, it's coming up on our 40th. I thought it was pretty good.
It's 40-year reunion.
And then you asked me on the show, I'm like, unbelievable. I'm like, well, slow news day. I mean, what am I doing here?
So she wrote that John and I mean Joe, I'm
Joe,
sorry,
yeah.
her husband, reminiscing about Montrose tonight. We talked about growing up in a small town. Joe pulled out countless videos of YouTube of Montrose, Buchanan, and Verplanck. Priceless watching them. The streets, the homes, Folgems, Lake Mehaw, waiting for the flag to turn from red to green in the winter so we could go skating.
Who would wait for the flag to
I know. Well, oh my gosh. And the Hudson River,
Yeah,
love
that's-
it.
yeah, I told
The Montrose Parade, Scott Cole, we saw you. Caroline Zoller Goldstein, saw your house too, and countless others shoveling snow in the winter, the driveways, Frank G. Lindsay, Hendrick Hudson, the football field, George's Island, Steamboat Dock, St. Pat's Church, the Divine Love Church, where we got married 31 years ago.
look at that.
The Paradise,
No.
can't forget the Paradise. The Montrose Deli, another still iconic, right? Brought back so many great memories. Time goes by fast. We've been gone more than 30 years now. Always be home in our hearts. Just wanted to say we are thankful for growing up with all you in the best small town ever. We were so lucky. And it's so true.
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you, Karen, for that. That was great.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks. And you know, just you can't help having all the memories. We grew up going to the Cortland Yacht Club, and it was like 10 families that we all grew up with. The McMahons and
the Coping too.
Dailies
Sometimes
and the Copeland
down
yeah.
there.
And to this
Beautiful
day,
part of the river. I love this part of the river.
oh, it's unbelievable.
You know, when you meditate, they always say, go to your happy place. I'm at Steamboat Dock on the bench with the ducks and the sand and the sun. It's like crazy.
That's it. It is.
But it's just,
you know,
that's home.
It was funny growing up. People say, "I can't wait to get out of here
Yeah,
and move
it's-
somewhere else." I was always like, "Where are you going to go?"
Yeah,
I mean,
I tell my wife Karen that all the time. Why you want to go there?
yeah,
Everything right here.
I know. So I have a friend that lives in Italy, and he's constantly bugging me to go out there. So I'm going in July.
There you go.
But
Next
I said-
July.
Yeah. I said, I saw a picture. Why do I have to go there? I said, I already live in the most beautiful part of the world.
You know,
But,
your cousin John, I was talking. He was just up. Brian Lehman came up. We were at Foldham's, and Kevin showed up, and his sister.
Yeah.
And he likes to go experience. That's his thing. To go experience, taste the real food, and as it's cooked and all that.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I'm dying to go.
Different
Believe me.
strokes.
It's Italy. I mean, it's my homeland. So
Yeah.
you know, born and raised in Verplank, but have roots in Italy. It's funny because people would always say, "Well, don't you want to go see your family there?" And I said, "Well, I have about 100 cousins here that I'd like to see before I go." You know, yeah. So you know, I'm dying to go to Italy and see all the the old buildings and
The invention of concrete.
you know. So my family is from Calabria and Naples. So I'd like to probably go see those two places. What about you? You're Italian.
Yeah, I'm a mutt though. I really don't know. My family is so small that it just all my uncles are sort of passed away.
I'm sorry.
I like to think I'm from Salerno, so.
Yeah, right. That's it.
If I got roots, I'm hoping it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a really small family. It's,
Mm.
You know, I got 3 sisters,
Right.
2 step,
Uh-huh.
and that's it. We keep it
Yeah.
small.
So we graduated in '83. Who were some of your favorite teachers growing up?
Favorite teachers?
Yeah.
Definitely. They put me on the spot.
Well, I mean, we went to St. Pat's. We were right there in Verplank, and you know, we had some great teachers. Miss Soretto, who passed a few years ago, was my second grade teacher,
Yeah,
but
Mrs.
she was
Young,
yeah. Miss
Yeah.
Young from Hen Hud.
learned how to write in that class.
Oh yeah,
Come in the morning, it's just chalkboard.
yeah,
But I did like the history.
yeah, yeah. I love history. So Miss Hayes was our 4th grade teacher. She was a little tough, but then we had Mrs. Dalkey, who was excellent, and we had a couple of nun teachers that were really good. Sister Catherine Mary and Sister Christine were excellent. They were our 7th and 8th grade teachers. And then I got to high school, and it was kind of like being the new kid, you know, over there at Hendrick Hudson, 1979.
Because that's when they joined, yeah, because we had middle school, you know, where we
Yeah.
all the elementaries went into middle.
Mm-hmm. But
you
you
had
know what I
Vinny.
couldn't wait about high school was the sports, because we didn't have sports in at St. Pat's. You know, we had
Oh,
gym,
wow.
but that was it. So, but we did play
Little League,
football,
yeah, and
Little
football.
baseball.
Knock and
Yep, I had Nuck as a
Big teams.
football coach.
Raiders, Rams.
And but you were an exceptional ball player.
I was okay. You know, I always wonder though, there's not many of us in the Hen Hunt Hall of Fame though. Not saying I should be in there, but you know, you
I
got
would
the
think
Vinnie
you would
Pags
be.
and
Yeah, I think
Peter
you have
Kellys,
to. You got to write a
Kathy
letter.
Ryan.
You got to write a letter.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I should be in there. I was, you know, my name is up on the banner in the
Yeah,
gym
that's all.
for the Con Ed
I thought,
Award.
it's the only thing I look back on that maybe we don't have that much of. But
Yeah.
that's okay.
Now you played baseball. You were a catcher.
Yeah, baseball. I went up through, yeah. I was a catcher, but Pete always seemed to, get in front of me. So I did left field a lot.
Okay.
Yep. And then football, our teams above us weren't that well. So I think Greg, me, Pete, and who was it, Ray, went up.
Well, they wound up making us do camp our sophomore year, so you guys could go play.
Yeah, so that was the trickery.
Yeah. So the whole team had to play camp, go to camp. But I tell you, by the time I was a senior, it was a breeze. I was probably in the best shape of my life, which helped because when I got to wrestling, then I was in great shape. So now Greg Blakely talked Steve Gallery into finally coming out for the wrestling team. And
He tried on me, but
yeah, what
I just
happened?
wouldn't do it.
No way.
No, I just wanted to drink in winters with Vinny.
Yeah. Oh, so that worked
The
out.
basketball games.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'd go to the matches. They were great matches.
Oh, we had.
I remember
some
Greg.
team.
He would jog in front of that not pellet stove, but wood stove he had at the house, and just to make weight. I mean, you guys, do you have trouble making weight?
Well, my junior year, I was 155, and I had to weigh in at it was like almost 160. So I had to lose 15 pounds to weigh in at 145. And we used to have to, exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't eat all week.
Yeah.
Lunchtime, I would go to the library and do my homework, believe it or not. So my social studies teacher wanted to know how I got an A when I had a C the first quarter. She thought I was cheating. I said, look, I'm doing my homework.
Yeah, I'm doing the homework.
So, but the worst was going home and all the food my mother would make and trying not to eat or even going to the restaurant.
Wow.
So,
you got the good
to
point.
keep off 15 pounds was tough.
Yeah, it was a lot. I remember Greg definitely doing that.
But it was, the best part about that sport, the discipline, and...
But I remember you just told the story before about you used to turn Steve Gallery's lock around, and he had to, get underneath it.
I
and
wanted to
undo
be
it.
his friend, and I thought I was being funny, but I did it one too many times. Somebody gave me his combination, and I flipped it over a couple times, so he had to... So he comes up out of the locker room, and he found out it was me, and he was mad. And he starts pushing me, right? And I guess the coaches wanted to see us fight because they didn't come right over to stop the fight.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to fight him. There was no way. So he finally joins the wrestling team. I stayed away from him, but we wound up, wrestling. And I taught him an over-under hook move.
That's right. That's what you were saying.
Yeah. And the next match, he gets a 13-second pin. So that was it. I was his best friend after that. So we got to be best friends.
I miss him. He was one of the first to leave us.
Yep, 33 years old.
Yep.
He just bought a house down in Long
Had the
Island.
house.
Brand new
married.
baby.
Yep.
I still keep in touch with Megan and Missy. They're
Yeah, I
like
stopped
part
by
of
to
my
see
family.
Mrs. Gallery not too
Yeah.
long ago. I was just in their neighborhood, and I just knocked on the door and answered it, and it was nice to reminisce.
Yeah.
See the old house and hanging out with Steve many, many hours.
I know. He was the best.
Yeah,
The best
and then
thing I
Greg
like-
too, another wrestler.
I know.
So,
We lost Greg Blakely a few years ago.
yeah.
And it was funny, I saw him like 3 months before he got sick. And it was the best he's ever looked. I swear to God. I wanted to call him and tell him how great he looked.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, those hurt.
that's why you got to enjoy every
Stew
moment.
bone.
You got to live,
Yeah.
you got to live life. You can't, think about what you're going to do. You got to
This is my favorite.
The laughing Jesus.
Laughing Jesus. That's what you got to do.
You gotta
I just
be
got
happy.
it there so we can
Okay.
laugh.
Yeah,
Laugh your way into heaven.
that's it. Enjoy life.
Spirituality, I don't know, it's a big part. I mean, that's why I always like talking with you, Vic. That's, you're one of my guys I can just go and we can talk like that, and it's nice.
Well, I was blessed to be raised, in a big
Yeah.
family, but we were really lucky to have St. Patrick's, and then to have great nuns, great priests.
Yeah.
I still go to church. I still am involved with the church, and
Yeah, I mean, your community aspect is really, it's awesome, Vic. I just,
You know,
I'm in the community, but, being at the restaurant and, being part of the community, you do a lot, and your shows are really good. Like even when you had Jill on, and she's talking about the library, and
I
really
attribute
nice.
that to when I was a kid. We had family, like almost 100 people.
Yeah, who didn't know a Margiotta?
That's right. So we had to say hello and goodbye to everybody at every family party. So
That'd take hours.
yeah, but it ingrained in me to be social. You know what I mean? To say hi to everybody,
Yeah.
and to say goodbye to everybody,
Yeah.
and to be respectful. And take the time to talk to people. Even at the restaurant, I love to go out, and if it's not too busy, to say hi to everybody. My favorite is when the kids come in the back and they want to make pizza.
Oh, okay.
So I'll take one of the pots down and set it up so they could step up and get to the pizza table. And I just had a little kid come in the other night, and he made a pizza. And he was so happy. It was like the greatest thing.
What do you put on it?
We just made plain.
Plain?
Yeah, plain pie. So
Well, those are good too.
Yeah, he went out and took it and had his pizza, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the Paradise Pizza, though it's secret.
It's a secret.
A little flour and a little.
flour. Yeah, we can't. If I tell you, I got to kill you. So, but it's a
That's
great,
a dad's recipe.
That's my father's recipe.
Right?
Grew up in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And when he finally developed his own, he had that taste that he knew, what it was supposed to taste like. And even when he taught us how to make the dough and make the sauce, he would leave something out, so you had to figure out on your own.
By
Something's
taste.
missing.
Something's
here.
missing.
Yeah, and that was important. So we're getting close to the end. Let's do another song. And I love that first song you did. What group is
Jumper.
that? Yeah.
That's Third Eye Blind.
Third Eye Blind,
Yeah.
but he mentioned something about the cloth.
Yeah, the Shroud of Turin. You asked me to do the show. I had no clue why. So, like I said, slow news day. But I was watching the Shroud of Turin, and they're re-examining the whole sheet. And and when I went down, I was thinking about doing Jumper, and when I looked. And that line came, your flash of light on a burial shroud. I'm like,
I know, it's
wow.
amazing.
And it's not an etch, it's not burned on, it's,
Well, we really
Something
did grow
magical.
up with some great music. I mean, I grew up listening to Frank Sinatra and all that. But the rock and
And
roll.
The Cure?
The Cure, I love The Cure. Show me how you do that trick. One that makes me scream, she said. One that makes me laugh, she said. Put her arms around my neck and show me how you do it. And I promise that I'll run away with you. I'll run away with you. Spinning on that dizzy edge, I kissed her face, I kissed her head, and dreamed of all the different ways. Had to make her glow. And why are you so far away? She said, but won't you ever know that I'm in love with you? That I'm in love with you.
like heaven.
Awesome. Thanks for
That's a
sharing your
great
talent.
song.
I love it. Excellent. We got to wish your mom happy birthday.
Mom turns 90.
Oh my gosh.
today.
You know, she's a legend with the cowbell, going to your baseball
Yes,
games
thank
and
you.
football games.
We're gonna bury her with it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
hi, Phil's mom.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thanks for sharing your talent. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Vic.
All right.
And I wore a suit in your honor.
I know, and happy 40-year reunion. This is great.
To all of us out there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Victor Margiotta. This is the Community Show. Thanks for watching. Don't complain about what's going on out there. Get involved. Do something.